It's morning at the Isle of Wight Zoo, and it's going to be a busy start for the park's only white tiger, Zena. The 11-year-old tigress lost an eye, and her keepers need to know how good her sight is in the other. She suffers from cataracts. Medication is helping, and she doesn't seem to be in any pain, but no one actually knows how much she can really see.
Cats do have stereoscopic vision. In other words, they see things with both eyes and they focus on one target, very much like we do. And it's binocular vision, so they can focus on things right in front of them or a long distance away. So having one eye can cause depth perceptions problems. So we're just literally seeing how she's getting on with it today.
Hunting plays an important role in the big cat's lives. But because the zoo doesn't feed its cats live prey, the staff have devised a unique pole that allows these predators to use their stalking instincts. This exercise will allow the keepers to see just how good Zena's depth perception and movement senses are.
Cats love to chase things and they love to take things down that are moving. Cats are very inspired by movement. It's probably the one thing that really does set them off. So yeah, this has a very fun element to it as well.
Unlike the other cats, Zena doesn't appear to spot the prey straight away.
Zena, go on, girl. Okay, I'm just lowering it nice and low now so that she sees it in her line of sight. Yeah, there she goes. She's just got to try and work out how to do it, I think. Try and work out how it all works again. Zena, this way. She's aware that there's some food around there, but she's not 100% with it. I'm trying to move it a bit to stimulate her a little bit. Okay, I'm right down by her high sight now, her line of sight. If I go any further, I'll be dropping on her head. Good girl. Okay, she's seen the meat. I'm just going to make her try and work for it a bit now. That's it. There she goes. Okay, that's good.
Keith has to practically give Zena the prize. He's not sure if it's entirely because she can't see properly or she's just a bit rusty at this game.
She hasn't done it for a little while, so she's really got to learn how it works again. We're going to try it again and see how we go, because I think she's got the taste for it now, so I think we can try it again. I'll make a noise on the grass out there, hopefully distract you a little bit. Not focusing at all. She just doesn't. She does a reaction, all right, but there's clearly still big problems with her eyesight in her one remaining eye. How we modify this to the enrichment, we're going to have to find out, but it's clear then that we had to be not very aggressive with the meat at all, and we had to move it very, very slowly, and even then she was hardly picking it up. I very carefully then moved it through the grass, which is what the prey would normally do, and it wouldn't normally be about 2 foot in front of her face, admittedly, but she was even having trouble picking that up, so it's clear that there's still a big problem, that we have to talk about it and modify our enrichment so it's not the same as the other cats, because any other cat would have had that in about 2 seconds flat.
Tigers usually catch their victims using their powerful limbs and flexible backbone. Their bodies are built for capturing and killing large prey with stealth and sudden attack.
Lola, for instance, can spring up in the air to about 6 feet. She's incredibly athletic. When she's actually in midair at full flight, she's actually striking the prey item about 3 times and hitting it successfully and biting it in midair in one leap. Zena, at one occasion, actually swiped at an imaginary object in midair that that didn't actually exist. The object had actually moved a couple of seconds before. So she's aware that something's there. She's got the right reactions, but her eyesight isn't telling her brain what to do as quickly as you'd expect.
For Zena's last treat, they're going to help her spot her prey by giving her an extra large chicken.
I've purposely chosen a white one out of the chickens that we've got to make it stand out against the background, to give her a bit of a helping hand and as a final reward for what she's done.
But even this large prey is causing the 11-year-old problems. Now, a tiger's sense of smell is nowhere near as good as a dog's, but it's still 4 times better than ours. And it's this that's also helping Zena sense the prey is near.
See, a tiger is supposed to be able to slash like that and get its target first time.
Eventually, Zena manages a good strike and claims her rightful prize.
Well, this enrichment has really shown us, I think, the severity of her eyesight problems. You really have to dangle it in front of her face for her to actually see it. So this might throw up other issues.
To keep her stimulated and happy, the team will have to think up new ways of encouraging Zena's natural behaviour, where she doesn't have to rely solely on her sight. In the wild, tigers live mostly a solitary lifestyle. They generally only come together to breed. At the zoo, 2 pairs of cats live together because of their background in captivity, and the rest live on their own. But their enclosures are designed so they can make visual contact and smell each other's scent. They also swap enclosures, which helps this process. But there is one male who's become increasingly unhappy with his living arrangements.
When Miso actually first came here, he was juvenile, and we already had Zia and Zena living here. He was a similar age, and we did actually integrate them together, and it was really successful. So they lived as a threesome for some while, and then Zia and Zena started picking on him. So when we relocated them into different sites in the zoo, we decided it was the right time to actually split the group up. Miso was then given a bachelor pad, so he's living by himself, but next door to Zia and Zena and Diamond and Aisha. So he had quite a lot of tiger company.
Mysore's old neighbours have now moved into the zoo's newer enclosures, leaving him with just the lion boys for company.
It's pretty fair to say, I think, that Mysore, being left without Zia and Zena now and Diamond and Aisha, is feeling just a little bit sort of insecure, I think, as well. He's been a little bit more jumpy around us. A little bit more insecure in his surroundings. And he was calling quite a lot as well, so I think it's just going to be fairer to him to try and give him some company of his own kind.
There is an area of the zoo which is out of public view. It's an ideal quiet home for new rescued cats, who can be the most nervous. The plan is to move Mysore into this quiet area, where he'll have a tigress next door to him. He'll swap places with 2 tigers who are now more confident, Lola and Chandru. This will be the cat team's biggest ever tiger move. 11-year-old Lola is the first to be anaesthetised, and vet Ian can do a full health check on her.
Tell you what, she's got the best teeth of all your tigers. There's a little bit of sore skin there, but it's nothing too terrible.
What do you think, that's just a little bit wet and damp?
It could be because she's had some stuff just dry on her here and just rubbed it a little bit sore.
You don't think?
I don't believe so, no. Yeah, but I needed to shave that off just so I could see.
All the tigers have individual characteristics, and Lola's whiskers are certainly individual to her. They're the longest of all of the tigers at the zoo, but having her sedated gives Education Officer Tracy the opportunity to measure them properly.
Lola's whiskers on the other side, the longest one was 18 centimetres. I need to measure the other cats
I think it
now.
may just be she's laid down.
19 centimetres this side.
No,
There's normally a cat's whiskers are the width of its body from span from one side to the other. But hers are enormous, so she's not that fat, I'm sure.
Last year, the team hoped they could pair up Indian tiger Lola with the big male Chandru, as they seemed to have a very good relationship through the fence. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. And that's why Lola and Chandru now take it in turns to use their outdoor enclosure. Lola has been taken across the park to swap with Mysore, but before she can move into her new bedroom, he will be sedated for his move, just in case he's stressed out by the sight of a strange new tiger. At the Isle of Wight Zoo, a big tiger move is underway. Indian male tiger Mysore was unhappy where he was, so he's swapping enclosures with two other tigers, Chandru and Lola. Lola has been moved into her new home, and Mysore is now moving out. But there's a big difference between lifting the female and the male.
Significantly heavier, definitely, or we've lost some energy in the last half an hour.
Well, it's a sign of weakness, I think, but that's fine.
So it's quite a while since we sedated Mysore. He would have been a juvenile when we last sedated him. So, yes, first time we've lifted him for a while, and we know about it. He's a really heavy boy.
Male tigers are a third bigger than females, and Mysore weighs over 35 stone.
The difference is three back strains and 2 inguinal hernias.
As vet Ian continues Mysore's health check, Education Officer Tracy gets measuring again.
Yeah, I've gotten interested now. Lola's whiskers are huge, and now I just want to see how they compare with the others. You can see Mysore's are much shorter, so I just want to have a look and see. A measly 12 centimetres.
I mean, that's fairly fresh, so whether he did that just now...
Who says size doesn't matter?
Oh, yeah.
The tigers are being moved from one side of the zoo to the other. Now, they've all been given enough anaesthetic, but the team can never afford to be complacent. It's a race against time. Next to move is Chandru. He's on the lookout because he's realised that his neighbour and feisty companion Lola has gone. But he doesn't have long to worry before he too is darted. Chandru is 10 stone heavier than Mysore, so the team decide to pull him through his bedroom door rather than walk through the enclosure.
I think we might need some more manpower. Greg,
Not only is Chandru one of the heaviest tigers, he's also got the largest upper canine teeth.
yeah.
7.
These are what
Yeah,
we're
right.
looking
Just
at.
about 7 centimetres.
7 centimetres upper canines.
Yeah.
He's got a full set as well.
The keepers have brought the cats' old bedding into their new bedrooms so they can smell their own scent when they wake up. This gives them some comfort and security whilst they get used to their new surroundings. And Charlotte is keen to check on Lola, who was anaesthetised and moved first.
She's coming round. She's actually chuffing at me, which is a really nice sign, because obviously we always feel pretty rotten after something like this. And there's always that chance it's going to damage the bond that you've got with them. But, yeah, she's a bit confused. Not quite sure what's going on, but, yeah, she's fine.
The Isle of Wight Zoo is best known for its big cats, but it's also home to lemur land. There were thought to be over 70 species of lemur, and all are now classified endangered. So for the last 16 years, the zoo has operated a breeding programme for these primates. The last ring-tailed lemur born here is 1-year-old Mangoki, or Mango for short. She was rejected by her mum and hand-reared by primate supervisor Lisa. Mango now lives full-time at the zoo with the other lemurs, But her next step is going outside into a big enclosure, and it's making her old foster mum pretty nervous.
Obviously, because Mangoki was hand raised, she hasn't had the experience of the electric fence. All our other ring-tailed lemurs, they learn off their mums, because the mums, none of our ring-tails now know where the electric fence is and they won't climb that high. Mango's never had that experience, so she's got to understand what the electric fence is, and she is probably going to be inquisitive and find out what it is. Hopefully she'll learn the first time she touches it not to go back up there again. We've got our plan if she doesn't, but I'm kind of hoping she is, but I'm hoping that she's going to be more excited that she's got the trees and she's got all this space now to run around in. Come on then. Good girl. Come on.
Keeper Steph will stay by the electric box in case Mangoki gets too friendly with the fence, whilst Lisa encourages her outside.
All right. Good girl.
Mangoki has been living in a roofed enclosure with her brother and uncle, so the open sky is a bit daunting. This new enclosure is also 6 times bigger than what she's been used to.
Good girl. You want to come down a little bit?
Mango is clearly settling down, and now she's got food on her mind.
Oh, and there we go, just like a grandma eating.
The key now is to regulate Mango's interaction with the security fence.
With Mango, we've seen different behaviours with the rest of the troop. When we've had no, hang on, wait.
Well, turn it on or off?
No, turn it on.
Now, of
It
course,
goes
the
off.
voltage doesn't actually harm the lemurs, but it is unpleasant enough to discourage them from climbing up the fence. The problem here is that Mango has got stuck between the security fence and the enclosure fence, so the voltage must be switched off so she doesn't get too frightened.
On. All right, bub.
Just like the other lemurs, Mango now knows not to go near the fence, but her experience has caused a bit of agitation amongst the rest of the group.
All right, Mango.
So it looks like the team should quit while they're ahead.
Right, can you open the door? Open the door if I want to go back in. Let them in. Right, get them in. Okay. You go round, get the food, just get the main group in, okay? She's never seen the ringtail's reaction in this type of a large enclosure before, you know, and obviously they started running, and because she still hasn't quite, her understanding lemur behaviour isn't quite as good as what it would be if she was parent raised, and I think that's sometimes where she gets a little bit panicky, is because she can't read the adult's behaviour quite as well as what she should. I think what we're going to have to do is just do it in lots of little stages with her.
The 3 tigers from this morning's big cat move are all settled into their new enclosures. So now, animal manager Charlotte has the chance to check up on one of the other tigers who's been causing concern. It's been a week since Tigress Tsarina had a hysterectomy. Exploratory surgery had revealed a large lump confined to her uterus.
Tsarina.
Since the operation, Charlotte and the team have been giving the 14-year-old cat a lot of TLC.
She's doing really well, considering the fact that she's had quite a major operation, really. She's certainly not complaining too much about it, but she's still not looking quite like Tsarina, so she's a bit subdued and she's not eating as much as she normally would be. But we're really pleased to see her certainly up and about, and also keeping clear of those stitches as well. We were slightly concerned, was she going to start, licking the area where she was stitched up. But to all intents and purposes, yeah, she's doing really well.
To ensure a full recovery, Tsarina will need to be kept inside for another week.
What we do really is manage them on a low amount of pain relief, and the reason for that is to prevent them thinking that, you know, they're okay and they'll start doing too much, and then obviously they could cause damage because she's still got the internal stitches that are working as well to sort of heal everything up. So it's not like with ourselves, obviously we know that we've got to be careful for our own good, we've got to take it really easy. For these guys, if they don't have the pain there as their reminder that there's a problem, then obviously as far as they're concerned, they're all right, then they can overwork themselves and do damage. And wild animals obviously have a capacity and a capability to recover more quickly than we do because they have to. And in the wild, they have to be able to regenerate and sort of, you know, get on with the job in hand, basically.
Since Zena had the operation, Charlotte has been anxiously waiting to see if the lump was malignant or benign.
It was a day for celebration yesterday. The lab results came through to say that it was a non-cancerous fibrous tumour in her uterus, which is sort of just smooth muscle cells basically, and then fibrous connective tissue forming a mass. It's really quite common. It would have been causing her some general discomfort really, maybe rather than pain. But obviously it was quite large, so you know, she would have been feeling a little bit out of sorts. But it's now something which is done and dusted. It obviously can't reoccur. So yeah, we're really pleased.